the other day going, oh, I'm an academic report, you know. It's rubbish.
I'm Mr. Peterson.
He's a laugh, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've only had him as a supply teacher, actually. Well, yeah, we always walk down Acton High Street. I mean, that's basically the only thing we do on Acton High Street.
I don't really visit the High Street. I usually use it as somewhere to travel down.
Thinking about it, there's lots of newsagents here. I mean, a bit more variety of shops would be nice. I mean, there's no clothes place.
I take 2 to 6, E3 to either home or to my hairdressers.
It's a long walk. Hey, look, Kung Fu Panda 2. There.
I went to see Robert at the school, who had lived there all his life. And it was really interesting hearing from somebody what it was like living in Acton, I don't know how many years ago.
My favourite place in Acton is Acton Park.
Why?
Because I grew up in Acton Park. As a teenager, there was no youth clubs, facilities, so yeah, we used to play a lot of football, do all sorts of things in Acton Park.
For example, he said there were no youth clubs, so he spent most of his time in Acton Park, which I found very interesting because there's actually quite a few of those now.
My favourite building is Acton Town Hall, because when they used to have raves and parties and all of that there, we used to sneak in through the back door for free. That's why I love it, yeah.
He said that the most interesting buildings were the town hall, which he used to go to parties into, which actually surprised me because I thought it was quite a formal place, but maybe not.
My name's Alice, I'm 17 and I've lived in Romford about 8 years.
Romford! Everybody else down here is all ugly gits. Especially him over the road, he looks like jubbing it up.
Could have picked a worse day, could you really? Could have come when the sun was shining. Oh yes, there's a jump on the back of them cattle up there. Oh yes, try and ride them, because the road went right through.
Yeah.
As it went right through, it went up to the town hall on the left. And they used to bring the cattle down here, into the cattle pens and that, and all the dogs and that. During the week was the cattle market and everything. On the Saturdays was the little puppy dogs and all that. Yeah, so we used to, when we was kids, we used to have fun with them. And then I was walking up the back there where the pig pens were, and up the back, and I had a what do you call it, a dustbin on my back full of greengrocery stuff they'd done. And the school poor man used to go around and make sure the kids weren't working in the market too young. He stopped me and he said, "What you got there, boy?" I said, "I've got a bit of cabbage in my granddad, I've got to dump it." And he said, "Who's your granddad?" I didn't know who he was. I took him back because I'm proud of my granddad. I said, "Here's my granddad, yeah." And he said, "Oh," he said, "I'm a trading school ball man." He nicked him for having me working underage. Just shows you, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Markets was it one of the oldest living markets in the country, so it would be nice to keep it down there. It is, from what I can remember you'd be able to walk into the market and you wouldn't be able to move, but now you could ride your bike up and down there all day long and you wouldn't even worry about bumping into someone.
And now they've done all it's like everything, it's modernisation. They put up buildings, they put up all these flats and stuff like that. People don't even know Romford Market's here now.
We're in Haven Museum and we've just met Peter. I used to live in Rainham.
Yeah.
I know most about it, what place in Rainham.
Well, Rainham is where Rainham back in the days was great Saxon and Roman burial sites. And we've got some material here from there in a storeroom. I've got bones of a Roman soldier that was dug up from Hunt's farm. But Harold Hill got its name because it was King Harold's, it was a hunting ground.
What about Gallows Corner? What's that called?
Well, that had the gallows. They used to bring where they used to hang people, and the pillory, where they used to hang them in chains. in this iron box,
Yeah.
if you like, and left them. Golden Lion over the road is the oldest.
Because it's wonky.
It's the oldest continuous inn in the country, where it's been a hostelry since 1200 or so 1300.
Yeah.
And that,
Everything we get from here is our stuff, and we come here for a reason, to get our stuff and go home, and we live in this area. It's just a good area.
that's right, and the heritage and history. I mean, history
It
is all
goes
around
far
you.
back.
And once you start learning about where you live and about Havering and the history of the place, it goes right the way back to the Bronze Age. You know.
I've never really thought of Acton as a very historically interesting place. Having visited the John Soanes Museum, and I do think heritage could be very, very personal.
But he has some very inventive ways of doing things. He was always kind of wanting to be really like cutting edge and ahead of his time. Like he had sort of about 3 or 4 central heating systems.
I like him. You are? I like him. You like him?
Yeah.
You're your kind of guy.
You're somewhat some kind of kindred spirit.
He's very
No modesty underneath yes.
I did like hearing about how he thought ahead and how he thought about what he'd like to preserve. So he preserved his own house.
121 mirrors and a picture of his wife's tomb.
I thought it was really good because they showed us around, and they showed us like how to make it look bigger and all that, the mirrors, and we thought it was a different room and all that. And he's kept it all the same.
It's like he was still alive. You could tell so much about him from looking at it.
Oh, that, where's that? I know where that is, but I don't know where that is. That's the bit. I know where it is, but I don't know where it is.
I found out a lot more that I thought I wouldn't find out. I didn't know nothing about how Romford. And when I come here, they've told me about loads of stuff about like the Gallows Corner, Howardwood, everything that I wanted to know. But I didn't even know there was a flipping.
We actually missed out the pound shops, which there's like 3 on the market.
I know, 99p store, £2 shops.
And then you've got Youth Zone, you've got Bakery Shop, you're walking down, and then you've got the pub.
But I've learnt a lot about how, for example, Wilkinson Sword, the shaving company, originated here. Waitrose did. I didn't know that the highwayman Dick Turpin actually stopped off on a pub along here, and that it used to be quite a main route between Oxford and London. Very interesting history, I think, now.
All the same types of shops are clustered around each other.
Yes, I used to think heritage was just a load of nonsense and that it's keeping things which don't really matter, but having looked at a few things which are described as heritage around Acton, actually it's something interesting.
Yeah, more important now because like I know the area and they've told me about all the stuff, so I'm going to treat it like really good and tell everyone.